Hi and welcome to the Beer Temple. I am Chris Quinn and I am very excited to get both of these bottles of beer open. They are two Saisons from Side Project Brewing out of St. Louis, Missouri. Side Project has been getting a lot of buzz lately in the beer geek community. They're very much part of this movement towards more rustic Brett and bacteria forward or use saisons and ales in general. I would put them very much in the same vein as some of the stuff coming out of Crooked Stave or you know, some of the guys on the West Coast, the Saras, the Hill Farms. It's Prairie is doing some of this stuff as well, and there's many more. The head brewer and owner of Side Project Brewing is Corey King, who is the one of the brewers at Perennial Brewing in St. Louis, Missouri, and this is kind of his gypsy brewery within a brewery. So he's the brewer for Perennial, still is, and he does this side project in the same space for his own beers, and this is Side Project, and it's very much, like I said, more influenced by the use of Brettanomyces, and I think that it's really kind of cool. I mean, I've had a lot of these beers on lately, a lot of these styles of beers, and it just interests me a lot. I think I really like this trend towards more rustic style Belgian beers and the use of some of these yeasts and bacteria. The first beer is Saison de Fermier. It is a Belgian Saison. It uses Brett and lacto, and it is fermented in a barrel, in, I believe, a Missouri Chardonnay barrel, if I'm right. I have really been impressed by some of these Belgian ales aged in white wine barrels. I think it really complements the beer and the Brett. To me, the archetype that I know of, at least for that style, is Russian River's Temptation. Just a really great beer. In fact, I had that beer on episode number 1 of the Beer Temples. You can go back and watch that one and see what I thought about it. But since then, Crooked Stave, as I mentioned before, has some really nice stuff that they do in Chardonnay barrels. Side Project Bells has done something in Chardonnay that I really like, and McKellar did their Nelson Sauvin Brut is aged in Sauvignon Blanc barrels. So another, you know, a little bit more acidic white wine, but really awesome stuff. So this is a Saison. A dry Saison, fermented with Brett and lactobacillus and aged. And is it going to gush? Yeah, it's going to gush, and it's not working. Okay, so gushers. Let's talk a little bit about gushers. It smells awesome. Why did that beer gush? Well, as I reach over and get this, the main reason that this beer gushed is because it's got living, active Brettanomyces in there. And Brettanomyces eats up a lot of sugars, more sugars than regular brewer's yeast will. Now, it works very slowly, but very completely. So if you give it enough time, it'll eat every sugar you have in that beer, where brewer's yeast will stop. So really, with time, often these beers will continue to get more and more carbonated, and that's why when you're using Brett, unless you're going to pasteurize the beer, you want to have this thick-walled glass, not like these little 22 ounces. You know, the added pressure and carbonation will eventually burst some of those bottles. So that's why, you know, over time, some of these beers will, you know, gush like that, and that's why you can get it sometimes in infected beers, and a lot of times in some of these Belgian farmhouse ales. So this is a Saison with wheat, fermented in a barrel, and you know, also aged there as well. It's Got a really lovely lemony smell. A little bit of like a cream, like a lemon cream note to it. Certainly Brett, I'm getting like hay, you know, dried grass, a little bit of like dry, like soil, like dusty soil. Hint of a brininess. Really a lovely, mild yet very complex note here to the nose. A bit of a grapiness, like a green or a white grape. Thanks to Eric Hobbs, one of the owners of Penrose Brewing, for donating this bottle to the show. Eric, thank you so much. Whiff of sulfur in there, which I like actually, just a hint. Super dry. Super dry. Finishes with a really nice grapey flavor there. White grape, white wine grape, Chardonnay. You definitely get some of that oak, but it's not a big vanilla butter bomb. It's just really nice wood flavor. Not toasted coconut, not big vanilla, just wood. Lovely beer. I'm getting hints of like unripe strawberries, like a bitter strawberry in here too. Really, really nice beer. I'll go 95 with it. Just a wonderful Saison. Really, really awesome beer, and I'm very excited to have it open here in the store. So awesome, awesome beer. Fargo, North Dakota. Hello, Beer Temple. It was telemarketer, whatever. Okay, now the next beer from them. Interesting story about this one. This is Saison de Ble, I believe. Accent gras over the E. Oh, it's gushing. Slow gush. This beer was given to me by Corey himself. He came by the store, and we were quite busy, so I didn't get to talk too much. And he dropped off one of these beers. This is going to continue to gush, isn't it? Now, that's not really a funny story, but what makes it funny is we were very busy. I thanked him. It was a bottle just like this with DB on top of it. And give myself a little more pour. Big pour for myself here. And then in the hustle and bustle, I actually, or somebody, if it wasn't me, I don't know who it was, accidentally took the bottle and put it in somebody's box as they were buying it, and off they went. And I was like, oh my gosh, this was given to me. It's a pretty limited run beer. Somebody has this beer, and to me, I was just hoping they didn't think it was someone's bad homebrew and throw it away, and that they were like, oh, this is infected, and threw it away, and that they appreciated what they got. I put a note out on Facebook and Twitter, and although I didn't get the bottle back, 2 different people brought me a bottle of this beer. So thank you guys so much. Du Ble, I might be getting this wrong, I believe is the same base beer as Fermier, but it is fermented in stainless steel and then aged in Chardonnay barrels. So Corey suggested I try the 2 side by side. So you have fermented in Chardonnay barrels, fermented in steel, aged in Chardonnay barrels, but I think they're the same base, I think. So anyway, really nice orange color to it, fluffy white head. Much more clean nose to it. It doesn't have that same creaminess really. I do still get that lemon note. Yeah, more of like a dried grass and lemon. Some of the same notes I was getting there, but I don't have that same creaminess. I don't really have that brininess there that I note. A little bit of that dusty dirt, but not as much. It's a little brighter. It doesn't have that same earthy funk to it. It's bright and fruity and acidic. Very great. In fact, I right now I can't even tell which one I like more. I love the tartness here. I love like that. It's got like an orange juice acidity to it. Really nice orange flavors here. Wonderful beer. It's interesting, you know, I get more of the lacto in this one than the Brett. That like lemony, not quite yogurty note here. Man, it's like tart orange juice. Love this beer. Man, I'll go 95 with this one too. Really, really solid beer. And funny to taste the beer side by side. Really, really cool. So yeah, that's been Side Project Brewing. I kind of skipped over the second one a little bit. Just really nice. I'm getting like an earthy orange juice. This would go great with brunch. Awesome beer, guys. If you have any opportunity to try this Side Project Brewing, check it out. Check out if you have any local Brett, Belgian-y breweries in your area. Check them out. Guys, thank you so much. Like I said before, both these bottles were donated. I very much appreciate the offers, guys, and the opportunity to try both these beers. Thank you to Corey and to everybody who donated this and gave me information about these beers and let me try them, and now I'll try them with everyone who comes in the store. Guys, I'm going to run and open my store so I can taste these out, but until next time, I've got some great Side Project beers to drink, and hopefully you do too.